What if the life you've been working so hard for is the exact thing burning you out? Take a deep breath to really think clearly so you can avoid outdated thinking patterns. Because here's what really is not being said out loud in corporate. Your stress isn't a time management problem. It's a nervous system problem. And if that's true, then pushing harder isn't going to fix it. I came across a study that should honestly change how we think about work, not motivation, not mindset, biology. Research looked at what happens when people practice yoga, not just how they feel, but what actually changes in their body. Blood pressure, anxiety levels, real measurable data. But here's where it gets interesting. They didn't just study it. They used machine learning to predict the results. Meaning, we're at a point where your stress patterns can be analyzed like data. And what they found, yoga didn't just help people relax. It changed the system. So let's translate that, because this is where it matters for you. If your nervous system is constantly in stress mode, you overthink, you react faster than you respond. You feel exhausted even when you're doing everything right. Here's the uncomfortable truth. That's the version of you making your biggest life decisions. Not the calm version, not the clear version, the overloaded version. Now imagine the opposite. You walk into meetings regulated. You think clearly under pressure. You respond instead of react. That's not personality, that's training. And this is why yoga is quietly becoming a leadership advantage. Not because of flexibility, but because it trains the one thing most people never learn: how to lead themselves. And for some people, this becomes more than just a practice. It becomes a pivot. I've had students who started exactly where you are: corporate stress, high stress corporate job, doing everything right. They learned how to regulate their nervous system. Then they trained with me to become internationally certified. And now they're leading wellness inside corporations, teaching teams to breathe before big decisions. Same world, different role. So the question isn't, does yoga work? The research already answered that. Check. The real question is, what could your life look like if you stopped operating in survival mode and started leading from regulation? If you're even a little curious about that path, I put together something for you. It's called the Freedom Framework, and it shows you how to move from burnout to leadership to actually doing the work that makes a difference. Comment freedom and I'll send it to you. Because at some point, it stops being about managing stress and it starts being about redesigning your life. If you're actually watching this on YouTube, you can see the Freedom Framework in the caption. And as always, our mission: spread world peace through inner peace. Peace.